As knitters or crocheters or crafters, artists, designers, makers in general, we have multiple ways of measuring our success. It could be the amount of finished objects we can have or we can complete in a certain period of time. Or it could be the amount of work in progress that we continuously working on, or the amount of cast on that we like to do. Lately, there's a new way of measuring success for me here as a maker, not just as a knitter, which is how I can bring something that I've been thinking of as just a concept into a product. And this episode of Be Extra Knitting, I will be only talking about one item. So it's going to be something different from previous episodes. And why am I doing this? Because I'm still in awe. It sounds delusional talking about this, praising myself, but I just want to go over it, how much I really enjoy the process of making by just following my idea. So the object that I'm talking about is this crochet purse right here. So let me give you a story about me crocheting and bringing this from just an idea into a product. Here we go. Before I begin the story of the creation of the purse, I'll give you a story on my journey in crocheting. Back in elementary school, I was in Sumatra, Indonesia. We have this arts and craft class. So the arts class, it involved music and dance, and the crafting. What they did, they had two teachers per class. The female teacher will teach the female students. The male teachers will teach the male students. One year, the female teachers taught the female students how to crochet, while I forgot what we were doing for the male students. So I paid attention to both teachers, so I was able to pick up crocheting. Since then, I've been able to crochet, but I did not really focus on crocheting a lot. Now, growing up, and I started getting into knitting. I knit more than I crochet, but recently, specifically this summer, I decided to crochet more. So that's how this crocheting journey began, specifically with the bag. So for the bag, what I did was I purchased the raffia from a company called ISP Raffia. Now, the inspiration of this bag came from a lot of big name or big brand or design brand. If you just look up any summer accessories trend, you will see a lot of raffia bags. And and I wanted to make one, and I wanted to make it a mix of leather or or a pleather with the raffia. So here you go. Here you're seeing the raffia skeins I got from Ispi Raffia, and this one is in the melange wood color, um, and it is made in Spain actually for this raffia. And this is not real leather, but this leather bag, the base for the bag, and also the top, it already has holes, prepared holes on it, that you can just use it right away for crocheting the bag. The raffia that comes from this company, they come in two different form. One is the skein that you're seeing right here. Another one is spool. I find that the spool is much easier to work with, because for the skein, unlike wool, this raffia tends to not untangle, unwind itself after you wind it into a ball. So it's really difficult to make a nice cake or ball by winding this raffia. One trick, I also went over this in my previous episode, is by to keep the wound ball or cake intact, you just cover it with a sock. So you just place the wound ball or cake into a sock, and it will keep its form, and it will not unwind itself as you work with it. Here I am just untangling, or preparing the winding the raffia, but at the end I continued by winding it by hand. I skipped a lot of steps because I just did not feel like video or recording my the whole process. But as you can see, it's mesh stitch around, and it if you can see it on the middle there, or there will be a part of this video that will show it better. I use technique, I forgot what it's called, but I put my initial S for Stephanus, A for Axnanda on the middle there, and the other side I put design equal sign. And here I am just trying to place this trimming, the leather trimming, how I would like them to go on the bag. And at the end I found the combination that I think will work. Here I am showing you the last bit of the top part of the bag. And one thing I like to mention, I like the hook for from Prim. I think it's an ergonomic style or hook from Prim. I really find it enjoyable to work with that hook. Which is the red or white hook there. You also can see the hook with the yellow handle there. That's the first hook that I started with. I bought that from Amazon, but it did not work really well because that yellow base kept sliding off as I work on it, and I have to place it back on the hook as I go, and it just I wasted a lot of time by doing that. But by using this ergonomic Prim, it's much better working condition. A little bit more about the design. I am not following any pattern. This is pretty much again just what I was thinking of making. Basically, you see the shape of that bag. It is there's a slope going outward from the side, but all over it's just a mesh stitch, a simple mesh stitch. Yeah, and here what I'm showing you is I'm working on the leather part or the pleather part before I attach it to the bag. And again, this is my first time doing it, but this is, really it's very intuitive when you have to work with that already prepared pleather for the trimmings of the bag. One thing that I learned from learning as I go in making this bag is that it takes a lot of energy or time and um, a lot of skills, I guess, if you want to make it really presentable as those bags that are being sold in a really high end designer stores. And I asked this before in my previous episode. I know those bags are being sold um, with a really high price, but I wonder if the crafters who made the bags actually were compensated appropriately. If you have worked with raffia before or crochet with raffia, it is not the easiest material to work with. As you might see in this video, I do not crochet really fast with this. Each stitch that I made, I have to spend you know more time than I would had it been a wool material or even cotton. So yeah, that's one thing that I realized. It takes a lot of work in making this crochet bag. I really am happy in how it turned out. I have been using this bag whenever I go to the beach. I also start using it going to the office because it's right now it's summer, so it's appropriate style. I would say, and yeah, I just love the shape. Exactly what I had in mind. The color that I chose. Yeah, definitely. I'm enjoying this bag so much. I thought it would. I mean, I knew um, I, I would be able to achieve the at least the shape of the bag that I had in mind, but I did not know that it will turn out really this nice. And I've been putting my knitting related stuff in there, and I thought I was ready to go back into knitting, so I was knitting on the beach, but then my family started asking me, how I made the bag and if I can make one for them, especially my mom. So next is another bag. So for the next bag for my mom, I already purchased the base and the handle, and this next one I will have a zipper because my mom asked for a zipper and she also wanted it to be lined. I will see if I will line it. I told her the aim of the bag is for a beach bag, so you don't really have to line it, but we'll see if lining it will make sense. So yeah, that's pretty much the journey of this, and here I'm just going to add more pictures, video, and my daily activities routine, mostly making coffees and making breakfasts in the weekend. Uh, if you are still here listening to this, I'm very thankful. If you are annoyed with the lack of knitting content, I'm sorry. Maybe in the next episodes, or when it's getting closer to the fall and winter, I will definitely go back to knitting, but I have declared this summer as my crocheting era. There will be more crocheting that I will be doing. At the moment, I'm making more the purse for my mom, and more bucket hats for my niece and also my sister. So yeah, I won't be stopping making this raffia bags and raffia hats anytime soon, at least for the summer. If you think you would like to see more in details, or even a pattern on how to make the bag, or an idea or recipe on how to make the bag, let me know. Leave a comment. I would like to hear from you. Or if you have made a bag before, share it with me in the comment. How what technique you use, or if you know how to work with leather. Definitely, when I started making this bag, I wanted to even also explore leather making or leather work, and I also met a guy in a cafe in my neighborhood, and he does leather work, and he makes his leather purse or leather wallet. And I contacted him to see, hey, if one day I can learn from him on how to do leather work. That will be something that I'm interested. So yeah, let me know in the comment what you think about this bag, or raffia in general, or working with raffia. Have you worked with raffia before? Have you crocheted with it? What do you think about it? Yeah, this is not the best latte art I've made. Yeah, I would love to hear from you. Here is the back parts, or the leather part for my mom's purse. This is the bottom part and the handle, and also the zipper, and everything is ready to work or to crochet with. I don't need to do anything on them. And so this is the handle. The handle I can just right away stitch them onto the bag. And also this is the bottom part, and also this is the zipper. Again, everything has holes that are already placed on them, so ready for crochet. And also I got the raffia also for this, and this time I'm trying another company. I forget the name, but the raffia is in a spool form instead of skein. Again, I prefer a spool, and I'll figure out if this one will be as nice as the previous one. And in the background there, in a pink metallic color, is a bucket hat that I need to ship to my niece for her birthday. Again, thank you for watching, and come back to the next episode. I will show you the purse for my mom and another part.